Judge Piet Koen will this morning deliver his decision on whether or not he'll recuse himself from the arms deal corruption trial. Former President Jacob Zuma and French arms company Thales are the two main accused in that controversial multi-billion rand deal. Back in October, Koen asked lawyers to make submissions on whether they believe he should no longer preside over this matter. Let's get you a sense of what we should be thinking about in the lead up to that decision. Newzroom Afrika's was watching the story for us from just outside court and joins us now live. It was back when there were assertions, Ziyanda, that Piet Koen had strong statements to be said about Billy Downer, that he then in turn asked the different lawyers to make submissions about whether or not he should continue presiding over this case.
That's right, Ayanda, and part of the reason why Judge Piet Koen said that he felt his conscience was making him believe that he may have to recuse himself is because he felt that if he continues without asking for those submissions from the two legal teams, he could prejudice former President Jacob Zuma and French arms company Thales through actually not giving them a fair trial, because he'd made some strong pronouncements on private prosecutions, and you'll know that the former president has brought a private prosecution against Billy Downer and News 24 journalist Karen Mount. But let's get a sense of what the implications are, Mpumelelo Zigalala, of Judge Piet Koen recusing himself. It's 2023. We're still dealing with, pre-trial matters. Another delay, surely, if Judge Piet Koen says, yes, I must recuse myself.
Yes, it would be a delay, but it wouldn't be that much. Just remember, we're here today for housekeeping issues. We want to check the state of readiness of both parties, and that includes even the desk or the presiding officer's position. So to simply be a position of saying, Judge President of KZN, can you please appoint another judge who's going to sit into this matter? But let's look at and make sure that that judge has not presided in any matter before in which the president is involved, so that there are no recusal applications which are going to come at a later stage. So it may be a delay, but it wouldn't be a delay which is going to cause so much inconvenience to both parties. It's an important part, though, because at the end of the day, we need to make sure that everything is done according to plan. The rights of the president in terms of Section 35 of the Constitution are protected at all times.
Wouldn't a new judge have to fully appraise themselves of the matter, which is almost 2 decades in the making?
Not at all, because where the crux or the most important part of the trial has not started. The most important part is the trial, because that's when you're going to make a full determination of whether the person is innocent or guilty. So there's no evidence that has been led. There's no determining whether evidence should be accepted or not. So this is the prime time for any recusal to take place, so that there are no delays which are going to take place. If this particular application or recusal would have taken place when maybe 2 or 3 witnesses are already in a witness stand, they would need to be recalled, and that evidence should be restarted again, which have caused an extent amount of delay. But in this case, no evidence has been led. It's the prime time for any recusal application to take place, and we simply there and continue with the evidence as it comes.
I remember you and I were in court when it seemed like it was a shock move on the part of Judge Piet Koen, saying he believes he may have to recuse himself based on the pronouncements that he made when dismissing the former president's special plea to have Downer removed from this case. Do you believe that there's merit in this possible recusal of Judge Piet Koen?
I think that depends on him. He's the one that knows certain information which is intimate only to him. He's the one that will then come back and say, I've made certain pronouncements. This is my view when it comes to, for example, private persecutions. This is my view in terms of the manner in which I have termed in that particular judgment which is in question today, or judgment that must be considered by him. So it's up to him to say, I'm a judge which is beyond approach. I'm a judge that wants things to be done meticulously. I'm a judge that wants to stick to the law and the principles of the law at all times. So I've made an assessment of where I stand, and I'm not in a position to continue, or I'm in a position to continue, but I needed to do that analysis first, just to make sure that everything is done according to plan and everything is done in compliance with the law.
All right, Mpumelelo Zigalala is a legal expert, Michelle. So even if Judge Piet Koen hands down a judgment saying that he is recusing himself from the matter, he doesn't anticipate that this would cause further delays. We know that this matter, in terms of the resumption of trial, has been set down for the 2nd term on this court's roll. So it would be a matter of the judge president, replacing Judge Piet Koen with another judge if he believes that he's not the right person to preside over this matter.
Live to us there from the High Court in Bloemfontein. Thanks very much indeed.